Hey guys, it's it's May to December, it's me, and yes, we've still got bad quality video at the minute, and I apologise for that. But still, I thought I need to do my review of one of my all-time classic horror movies. Yep, that's right, Prom Night. Everything is alright on Prom Night, yeah. So this film stars Jamie Lee Curtis, and I think it was her second role. I mean, proper role, because she was in Halloween. Then I think she was either in The Fog before or after Halloween. Then this, and then Terror Train, which I've seen all of them except for The Fog, which I need to pick up. And it also stars Leslie Nielsen. Everybody knows Leslie Nielsen is a comic genius. Naked Gun, Aeroplane, most recently the Scary Movie movies. Sadly, he passed away, a true legend gone. And basically, Jamie Lee Curtis, she was just an up-and-rising star back then. I mean, she was big because of Halloween. But I mean, obviously, one big hit does make you a star. But if you don't make other good films, that's not going to stay, is it? So, you know. Anyway, so I'll start with the Blu-ray. The Blu-ray is from Synapse, and they've done a good job. Inside, the disc, which I've said before in the thingy, is a disco ball. It's quite good. And then inside you've got the reverse artwork, which I actually quite like, but I'll stay with like the original original poster art. So basically, I put this on earlier, and I watched some of the special features. I watched the original physical trailer and television spots. Now the physical trailer always has been amazing in my view. I really like it. The television spots, never seen them before, but glad I got a chance to, because even though they were alright, they weren't anything special, but it's always nice for, like, if you're a fan of something, you want the most you can out of it, you know. Motion still gallery, which was alright. Original radio spots, which, again, they were alright. Never before seen outtakes and Prom Night. Now, all the things I've just mentioned were exclusive to the Blu-ray. So if people want to see them, they're going to have to get the Blu-ray. The never seen outtakes were really weird. It was like watching a silent movie with actors from like 33 years ago acting. It was so weird. There was no sound, just music. It was great to watch, but I felt like I was watching the movie being made. It was like on my TV, and I was like, wow, I feel like I was actually there. It's like going back in time, like Doctor Who or something. Collection of additional scenes added for television broadcast. Now, to be honest with you, there was nothing really that great in there. Some interesting scenes that show different sides to Pill, but it was nothing major. The Horrors of Hammer High, the making of Prom Night. Now, it was 41 minutes, and I really enjoyed watching it because it had Paul Lynch talking about how the movie got started, how it was actually Jamie Lee Curtis's manager who called him up because she wanted to be a part of it, which was amazing. Then you had the person who played Kelly and Jude talking about their careers and about one of them didn't want to get naked, but the other one did it because she thought it would be cool. And then the other person you had them talking to, main person, was the guy who played Alex in the movie. I have to admit, it was a good documentary. It was your average, decent documentary you enjoy watching, you know. I could easily watch it again. It was nothing special, but it told you the story and showed you things you wouldn't have known without watching it, basically, unless you're a big, you know, look-upper, who basically I'm not. So, anyway, so I watched that, that was 41 minutes. The audio commentary I'm waiting to watch because most of you I can't be bothered to watch it tonight because I was too tired. But anyway, get on to the film. Prom Night. Oh, if you're not back by midnight, you won't be coming home. Anyway, I want to get the mask. I want to get this mask and go around on the geeky chat attacking people. Anyway, so The film starts with Wendy, Kelly, Jude, Nick playing, and Robin. That's it. Robin and Alex, and Jamie Lee Curtis's character's name. For some reason, I can't remember her name. Anyway, the sister. Who does she play? Why can't I remember? Anyway, I'll just say Jamie Lee Curtis. So basically, Alex, Robin, and Jamie Lee Curtis are walking along as kids. And Robin goes, I want to go play, I want to go play. So she runs off. And Alex and Jamie Lee Curtis walk off. And basically, she's in there and they play a game called Killer Is Coming. And they scare the living hell out of Robin and she falls out of a window onto a glass pallet and dies. Now, when you see her on the floor, you see somebody's shadow walk up and see her dead. Now, then it fast forwards years later. And basically, they're all at high school, you know, Alex, Jamie Lee Curtis, and Wendy, Nick, Kelly, and Jude. And they're all like, yeah, prom night, you know, they're all getting ready for it. Well, Wendy is angry with Jamie Lee Curtis's character because she wants to basically be with Nick. And he wants Jamie Lee Curtis. And basically, there's this kind of little war between them going on. And through the movie, one says one snarky thing to the other, and the other one says another snarky thing to the other, basically. So it's nothing really special, it's just women having a go at each other. Okay, here we go. Kim. Jamie Lee Curtis played Kim. Anyway. So, they're basically thinking, there's this weird stuff going along. A paedophile gets picked up because he's seriously burnt, I think. And basically they think it's him who killed her. Then he gets out later on. There's this weird janitor bloke who's a bit pervy on the girls, and one of them flashes at him. And basically, glass starts getting broken around the place. And then before they go to school one day, there's a phone call going, "Are you ready to play?" You know, "Hello, Kim. Are you going to the prom?" You know, stuff like that. Very creepy. So basically, what's going along is they go to school. You've got the arsehole in his gang, Lou, who basically Wendy ends up going to prom with. But Lou attacks Alex and gives Kim a kiss, and Alex goes mental and he loses. But you see the mask, you see a balaclava basically on the bloke, and you think, oh, maybe it's him. Then you see Leslie Nielsen fighting a bin, and you're like, is it Leslie Nielsen? Because Leslie Nielsen plays the father of Kim, Alex, and Robin. Then their mother is practically mentally crazy, so you're like, is it her? You know. So you've got a lot of people in it, it could be. So you're watching it, and you're like, who's the killer? Who's the killer? And that's before the killing even happens. And so basically, then they start going, they're getting ready for prom, and Wendy turns up, and Kim says to Nick, let's go on the dance floor and show them basically what we've got, you know. And then you get the fantastic dance scene of the movie. I love that scene. I think that scene's fantastic. Sadly, the guy who played Nick died, I think, of AIDS before his career even got started. Now, whether or not it was because of the big boom of, no offence to people who are gay, but gay sex and people dying, because there was a lot of the old AIDS thing going around at the time, whether you were straight or gay. But whether that was the reason, who knows? But he died of AIDS, and that was quite depressing to find out, because he was quite a handsome guy and he was actually quite charismatic. So, you know, there's that dancing. Then we get on to the murders. One by one, they'll start getting killed off. And my favourite murder, I think, probably is the Bluff one with Jude. She's with she's with that big bloke. She's with a chubby guy who took her to prom. Now, in reality, I doubt that would have happened. But, you know, there's that dancing. Then we get on to the murders. One by one, they'll start getting killed off. And my favourite murder, I think, probably is the Bluff one with Jude. She's with a chubby guy who took her to prom. Now, in reality, I doubt that would have happened. I don't think I've ever seen anyone go with a chubby guy that they've met a day before prom. Never. But you never know. So basically, they have sex, they smoke weed, and the back door's open. Kill, 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 and you know it's good. And then and then Shaky or Smithers or whatever his name is, he goes flying off the bluff, which was great in his van, and I like that. And then you got the chasing Wendy, the ultimate bitch in the movie, and she proves it by how feisty she is trying to get away. I really like her, and the fact that she was wearing a red dress as well symbolised a lot as well, I thought. So there we go. We get there, and then all of a sudden, Lou knocks Nick over and basically takes the crown, and his head gets cut off, and it rolls down the thing, and everybody screams and runs out, and the killer gets electrocuted because the axe basically hits a bit of electric wire. So they're all trying to get out there. Kim is trying to pick up Nick. They try to get out, and the killer goes running and basically blocks their way. Now, the film itself, in my view, is a classic. It was made in Canada in 1979. It was being filmed in 1979. It came out in 1980. And the director said in the documentary he thought the majority of it was due to Jamie Lee Curtis. And he's probably right, I guess, because straight after Halloween, a film like that would be noticed because of her, I guess, because she was on the cover of the advertisements. I mean, this was the original poster for this bit here, but obviously they'd have ones of her on the side and stuff as well because of her being a big name at the time because of Halloween. So the director also said the biggest sell points were it being a part of the 80s and three, it being a prom night. And most people watch it on their prom night. So to be honest with you, my view is, my backstory of the movie, for me, is my mum, again, as I said in my graduation review, was a horror fan. She had VHSs of all the good horrors back then. I remember seeing the cover of it and thinking, wow, this looks awesome. My mum put it in, and I sat there and watched the movie in awe because I loved it so much. Now, this is one of those movies that I've probably watched over 100, 200 times. I love the movie. I think the movie's great. Is it a perfect movie? No. Hell, anything's better than Terror Train, which I will do a review on eventually because it's an 80s. Anyway. So it's a great movie. I give it a 5 out of 5 because I love it. But if I had to find some negatives in it, I would say they don't develop Leslie Nielsen's character of the dad out very well, or the mums. They're there, and you see them, and they do things, but you never really flesh them out. In the TV version, there is a little bit of fleshing out, and that's good. I didn't know that Drew, the guy who played Drew, who was Kelly's boyfriend in the film, was actually Jeff Wincott, who ended up being in a lot of martial arts movies and was becoming my favourite low-budget martial arts men at the time when I was a kid. So I didn't know that because that was his first role, which was exciting to find out. But anyway, so the film to me, the killer at the end made sense. But there's some stuff I still want to know, and I'm guessing the commentary will tell me. Like, why did the killer have a certain item on them? Why did they do this? Why did they do that? The choreography in the film is awesome. The story, in my view, is fantastic. I love it. And especially a program about Jamie Curtis, but to me, she was never the highlight of the film. She was a big part of the film, sure, but she wasn't the highlight. To me, the highlight was Alex. And in the documentary, that's what they say. They say it's because of Alex because they can sympathise with him because he lost his sister and all this other stuff. The Synapse Blu-ray I highly recommend because the quality of it is beautiful. It's a beautiful release, best release I've ever seen of this movie. Now, I've owned this movie on everything. I've had it on VHS, multiple DVDs, Blu-ray, downloaded, digital, you name it. I've had it because I love this movie. It's one of my favourite. It's in my top 3 movies of all time. So what are my final words about? Well, if you want a good Canadian horror movie from 1980, yeah, from the 1980s, especially the early 80s because it's made in 1980, I highly recommend this. And you see Jamie Lee Curtis's breasts, not naked, but you see them in a bra, so you can see what they're like before she actually took them out. Jamie Lee Curtis is quite an attractive lead, if you ask me. A lot more attractive than the lead in Graduation Day. But I wouldn't say that's the reason I watch it, but I liked it. I can sit down and watch this film multiple times in a day and not be bored. So I highly recommend this to you. The transfer is perfect. The documentary is great. This is the best release by far I've seen. Highly recommend it. Think it's an awesome movie. Go out there, buy it. It's $18 at the minute. If you ever see this video in the future, it probably won't be. But it's great for $19.99. It's worth it for $28.99 if you ask me. I got it for $19.99, so I was happy. So anyway, thanks for watching my review. I'll probably do another one in the future, a better one when I've got my camera. But anyway, thanks for watching. And thanks for watching, guys. Take care. Have fun. And remember, go out there and buy prom night and by Graduation Day, but always remember, prom night, everything is alright on prom night. Anyway, so take care, guys, have fun, thanks for watching.